We're back. Yes, it is episode 66, not 666
Oh,
of the Metal Roundtable. I
bet
am
there's a
Metal
lot of
Rob, and with me as always is the great.
Carcass, John.
And joining us for the second time on the show, there, I'm giving you the finger, Scott. There it is. Back
Wrong way. There we go.
for his second appearance on the show is the great Scott Waters from No Life Till Metal Records. And definitely check out the No Life Till Metal channel on YouTube because it is badass. What's up, boys?
What's up, man?
How are
Good
y'all?
Scott, good to
Good.
see.
I haven't seen the carcass in a few days since we got pummeled by Forebode in his living room. I got a VHS tape. Did you get one?
I did. I got M&Ms too that have
Yeah.
the Forebode's logo on it. Why
That's
am I
so
moving?
cool.
Why am I pixelating and moving in slow motion?
I'm guessing it's your phone that
Technology,
you guys
I
have
love it.
problems with, but I don't know.
Oh yeah,
Patch. A nice sticker came in there.
Yep.
Yeah. More stickers.
and the
Nice.
video is incredible.
I still haven't seen it.
Guillermo of Gigi of Doom is a visual implication master.
I don't know what that means, but I like it. I support you in that.
He's freaking awesome. The thing is
All
spooky
visual.
and haunting, and it really is cool.
Nice. I need to check it out. So I want to do a couple of quick shout outs if that's cool. And then we'll do a little roundtable shout out. I want to shout out Eric Hoffman at Thrashback Records. He just dropped this on the world, Killing Time, thrashed from the vault, and it's got songs from Ambugalard, Raped Ape, Cryptic Curse, FOS, Elysium, Solstice, Tempest Fugit, Fatal Sin, Malicious Damage, Royal Anguish, Final Prophecy, and Sinful Lust. Remastered by yours truly.
Oh.
And it just dropped about a week ago. So head on over to Thrashback Records, thrashbackrecords.bigcartel.com, and go get you one of these. It also has a DVD, which is pretty sweet. So there's that one. And I bet Carcass is going to do this one as well. Hello.
Iron Jaw.
Yes. Okay, Scott. So this features Rick Perry from Gamacide.
Okay.
And they're doing traditional metal. It's 8 songs of just traditional straight ahead metal. This dropped
Right
on Friday. It is awesome. You definitely need to grab this. So shout out to those guys. I want to say thank you to Tanner that we had on a couple weeks ago, because Tanner, when I had a fit about the CDs that he appeared on, he sent me some that I did not have, including this one. And can you read what he says there? Although we are sold out, these are from my personal collection. Thanks for having me, Tanner.
Dang, son.
And it bothers me when artists don't have their own stuff. So Scott, I think you helped me out and backed me up on one of those. And I may archive this and send one of them back to him, the one he doesn't have, because I hate when artists don't have their stuff. That was very cool of him to send me that, but he doesn't have to do that. So what have you got, Marquette?
I sent him a list of bands that I'm listening to now that he would think was cool, like progressive type stuff, and he really likes Osric Tentacles. So
Yes, he does.
anyway, I got a couple nice little trinkets in the mail today. Skeletal Remains.
Yes.
Very, very nice. And the new Napalm Death.
Right. Am I going to have to do my Barney impersonation?
You are swatting at flies. Do it. Yes. Swat. Like a jogger swatting at flies. I love it.
Okay, I'm back.
Anyway.
Good.
So what does my shirt say?
Oh, gosh. Hang on. I forgot about that.
Make it bigger. Make it just you.
Disma.
Disma.
Boom. Tell us about Disma. What's that all about?
They're brutal.
I'm sure. Is it grindcore?
No, it's death metal.
Okay.
Yeah, I think they're from the same town that Funabarum is.
Which would
I
be,
don't know. I don't know what's in the water up in upstate New York, but it's something pretty serious. That's where Suffocation and those guys are from too.
nice.
So anyway, shout out to them. Shout out to Barney Greenway, who keeps 30 years of Napalm Death, and they just keep cranking out the blistering, grinding thrash. And this Skeletal Remains may be a top 10 or top 5 album of 2020. It's freaking ripping. And dare I say that our house band still just destroys all posers dead in the street, and their heads are still rolling down Park Vista.
Yes, they do.
We had a blast. It was really awesome. And we had people standing out on the sidewalk applauding and enjoying the show.
And so that everybody knows, our live stream, even though we had a little bit of an audio issue because they overwhelmed our camera with the sound, thanks to the GOAT and our Metal Roundtable channel, we have posted the entire show up there for everybody to check out. And his audio was a little better than mine. And so it's very watchable. And he captured the whole band, single shot. It's a very enjoyable thing. He edited it down just very slightly, but it's definitely worth checking out if you're down for Forebode, which you should be.
And quite a rendition of Happy Birthday, by the way. Thank you very much.
Absolutely. What about you, Scott? Got any shout outs?
Just got this one in the mail. I think you might have done the
oh wow, that's awesome.
Mastering on this. This is it's a compilation of sorts of all their Doom material, all the slower, darker, doomier material, including, I haven't heard the thing yet. I just got it. Matter of fact, it's still got the plastic on it. But I think it's got a drone song on there too, if I'm not mistaken. Have you heard it yet, Rob?
It has a 25-minute drone song on it.
Get out of town.
To be exact. And I got to do it over a couple of times, which was awesome because I had a couple of mistakes along the way. And you don't like to make a mistake. You like to make a mistake on a 3-minute song. You don't like to mess up the 25-minute drone track. But we got it, and Ted was happy. And I'm glad that Ted was stoked with the final product. And you, did you do the artwork on that?
Nope. Did nothing to do with that one.
Okay. I thought you did the artwork. For some reason. No, I'm thinking about their other releases.
Yeah, I did all the other ones, and then I got the new Grave Forsaken in the mail today, which is cool. Grave Forsaken from Australia. Started off kind of as a death metal band, moved to thrash metal, and here they're even getting a little more on the almost on the punky side of things, but so almost like a crossover sound at times. Cool. But yeah, I did the layout on this one and the cover and everything else on this one, but this is, I think, their 6th or 7th album.
Oh, wow. I'll have to check that out. I'm not familiar.
I picked up this little gem this weekend. I don't know if you guys are a big fan of this band or not. You may not have heard of them, but
oh,
are they any good?
Yeah,
they're all right. But yeah, it was $18, and it's a 4 CD set, and it's just a bunch of live stuff. Track 1 is an 86 radio show from Europe somewhere. Disc 2 and 3 are the entire set from Woodstock from the 90s. Was it 93, 94 when that happened?
I think, yeah.
And then disc 4 is just a ton of cover songs that aren't on their different Garage Day EPs. Including, really? I haven't heard that one yet, but there's like a cover of Rapid Fire with Rob Halford singing with him.
Oh, wow, that's cool.
Yeah, so I'm looking forward to checking that out. Just got it, so
that's got some of the same stuff that this does, but this is a 6 CD set, and
it's
got some killer stuff. Anyway, cool. I like Metallica. I gotta respect Metallica. I don't like the direction they've taken, but man, their early stuff is just so. They get a pass because they're so punishing. I mean,
I'm going to share one more thing before we.
Kill 'Em All was so raw and youthful, and there wasn't anything really that sounded like it in 1983.
No,
absolutely. Not at all. What do you know about this, Scott?
Oh, dude.
Oh, Damien Thor. Yep.
I bought this at Doc's over in Fort Worth because I didn't know anything about it, had never heard of it. So I transferred it to digital for myself, and it's pretty stinking good, man.
Yeah,
Some
it's
nice
good.
traditional, I don't know, kind of speed metal, high
Yeah,
voltage.
kind of pushing towards power, like U.S. power metal,
Yeah,
metal church-ish.
yeah. So I'm digging on that, man. I just transferred that over for myself because I couldn't find the CD. And then, of course, once I got it done and did all the work and kind of remastered it, I looked online and yeah, sure enough, it's been reissued. So I should have just bought this stupid thing
Never fails.
instead of going through all that work. But we are not here to talk about cassette transfers or mastering. We are here to talk about one thing. What's up, Justin? And that is power trios. We have had this on the list for a long time, and we are also going to talk about Botex. And I'll have to enlighten Scott. We can't tell it on the air. You'll think this is funny. A tried and true
Botec, but that's a Henry Vasquezism. So
yeah. You'll think it's funny though, and then he'll direct you to the link to see a funny video of one. Yeah, I'll tell you later.
Either that or to the Kiss boot chart in the bathroom. Anyway,
that's right, where he directed the poser. Stories we'll have to tell you later.
Inside
So
joke.
we are here to talk today about power trios, and we're not really going to debate their greatness, but I wanted to go through some of the more popular, well-known ones. I've got a couple I'm going to throw in that are lesser known. I know the Carcass has got a list of about 48 to read off. So I'll just get us started, and we'll just kind of go round table style. Now, here's the thing that I think about power trios. There is no place to hide in a trio. The vocals have to be good. There's no place to hide. You got one guitar player, typically, the bass player, the drummer, one of the three is singing, and there is nowhere to hide. There's no covering up guitars and all that kind of thing. And obviously the first one that I think comes to everyone's mind is Rush. And this is my favorite record by them. I think they are the dominant power trio in music history. Can I say that?
Nope, I disagree, but okay.
Okay, well, let's hear it. Let's hear it.
The first one I thought of.
I'm gonna show this one at the same time. Oh, damn.
Boom. Hey, look at that. Right here. Second on my list.
I mean, this is the power trio that inspired all the other power trios pretty much, with the exception of, maybe adding, you can throw Cream into that list too, but.
Well, I'm an idiot because that didn't even dawn on me.
Check.
Wow.
Nicely done, Scott.
I think you win.
I love Rush. Matter of fact, I got Rush in right here. But
yep. We can just close out the show. Scott won.
Boom.
I'm a total bonehead for not thinking of that.
But you didn't let me mention Osric Tentacles. Oh, I did mention Osric Tentacles.
Yes, you already did.
Close the show. We're done.
Yep.
Well, keep pontificating on that, Scott. That's a good one. That is absolutely right, what you said about them being the one that inspired everything else.
Yep. I think them and Cream together, the two, they were the two big power trios that started inspiring all the other power trios that came out in the late 60s and into the 70s and whatnot.
Well, and Hendrix was just a force on his own. That dude was making so much noise, and it's like, oh, he's playing rhythm. Oh, but wait, there's a solo going on. And it's like, how is he doing all that? But then you go watch all the live video, and he damn sure did do all that.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Amazing.
He mastered the technology of the time. He mastered the delay. He mastered the wah pedal. And the other two guys that he had behind him were no slouches either. They were, the Mayhemic drums of, I can't agree more that Hendrix was probably the inspiration for all. But then you look back at that, and there was Cream, like was already mentioned, and then there was Robin Trower.
Yep.
That's a tradition, more of a traditional and less Mayhemic, more of a melodic power trio. But they were right there in that wheelhouse. Trower had left. This was a little bit later. He had left Procol Harum when he was 15, and formed his own band. And no denying the majesty of Bridge of Sighs or Twice Removed or any of those early first 3 or 4 records.
Agreed. Now, Scott, I think you and I are going to agree on the next one that I have. And these are in no particular order. I'm not defending any of them, but this is the quintessential trio that can sing their asses off. And you already know who I'm talking about. And there is no place to hide. And you don't need a place to hide because these dudes are badass.
Oh, yeah.
King's X. Absolute perfection live. They can sing it. They can play it. It's just shut up.
Not a fan?
These dudes rule, and this is my favorite album by King's X, and they can still bring it live. I saw them at Hair Metal Holiday a couple of years ago. Fantastic. Ty Tabor is out of this world, and Doug Pinnick can still sing his ass off at.
He's got a soulful voice. That's what I want to think about.
Almost 70.
Yeah. He's a badass. So
he's got a soulful voice, and I love the Beatlesque harmonies that the band has, and
the
heavy grooves. Yep. They didn't really sound like anybody else. People, I hear people say that, they're like a clone of what's that other band that was popular around the same time as them? That was I keep thinking Jane's Addiction. That's not right. It's was a band with Tour of Testament and Megadeth and
Alice in Chains.
Alice in Chains. That's it. I was talking to a guy the other day who said that King's X is nothing but an Alice in Chains ripoff. I'm like, wait a minute. Didn't King's X come before them? Or at least about the same time as them? Besides the fact that King's X is way more groovy and soulful than,
Right.
But anyhow.
That's apples and oranges to me.
I'll give you Dogman. That is a phenomenal record. And I'll give you the fact that they're all outstanding musicians.
You don't get it.
It sort of drones on me a little bit, but I give them credit where credit is due.
I need to make you a comp.
Okay.
I think I could change your mind because to me, King's X has a lot of albums with great songs, but they don't have a ton of great front to back records. The first four are untouchable. Dogman is untouchable. After that, some of it got a little weird, but every song or every album has colossal songs on it. And some of their new stuff, their last couple like XV was fantastic. Tapehead was good. I mean, they've kept it going, and they're live. You've got to see those dudes live. They're amazing.
Do me a comp.
Last time I saw King's X, they were horrible, and I was so disappointed because they were the band I was there to see.
Oh, bummer.
I guess I was painted by the thing that they did with a Hellstar event. It was Hellstar, Solitude Eternus, Devastation, and then Doug Pinnick and his band of Soul Sisters singing like a James Brown review. It was such a buzzkill for that Bang Your Head 2 in Houston. And maybe I was a little tainted by the performance. I mean, it was good if he was opening for Prince, or Lenny Kravitz, but it was not good opening for Hellstar, Devastation, and Solitude Eternus. I'm sorry.
Yeah. When I saw them, they got they were into their third song. They're right in the middle of Dogman, and Doug was getting furious with this, whatever was going on the sound on the stage. Sounded great to me out there, but what was happening on the stage, you could see he was getting visibly pissed off by it. Middle of Dogman, he takes his bass and chucks it on the ground, knocks the mic stand over, and walks off stage and leaves his band to finish the song without him.
Oh, wow.
That was it.
Sounds like a bad night.
That was the whole show.
Wow.
So I was pissed because they were the band I was there to see. So I got
I've
two
seen
and 3/4 songs.
I've seen them, I don't know, half a dozen times, and they've never disappointed. I even saw Ty play with a pinched nerve in his neck and could barely move, and they just crushed it.
Make me a comp.
Yeah, I will. All right. Is it back to me? Well, your turn. Go ahead.
Me?
Do it, Carcass.
Oh, me. Oh, okay. Well, okay. I'll just read briefly through my list. I thought of Hendrix and Cream, but I thought of Venom, Destruction, Sodom. Creator was a 3-piece when they first started. Toxic Holocaust, our friend Joel Grind. Can't deny him. He's not like an old, I don't know. Is he a power trio?
That's right. They're a 3-piece.
How about Triumph?
Yeah. I was getting around to that.
Yeah. Frank Marino and Mahogany Rush. Grand Funk Railroad. They were a power trio.
There's another one I missed.
How about Nirvana? Say what you want about Nirvana, but they did something with 3 people that made a lot of noise, and
They
I don't
did
know.
Game Changers. Yep.
And then I had to look at my own label at Metal Rising, and the Morricide was a staple. I mean, I released 3 records for those guys, and they're still good. My German buddies still are asking if I have any left over, and of course I have several boxes full. But so if you wanted a Morricide CD, let me know. I'll make you a heck of a deal.
That's right.
What say you, Scott or Metal Rob?
Man, go ahead, Scott. Oh, dude.
Raven.
I am terrible at this.
Raven.
I just happened to be listening to this one today, so
Dude,
I didn't pull records to do the show. I mean, I only found out about it a little while ago, so I just happened to have this one out because I was actually listening to it earlier today. But yeah, I mean, talk about a manic sound from 3 guys.
Yeah,
these guys are wild,
dude.
and still are. I mean, they just put out a new album. Just came out last week?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, in the last week or two, those dudes are awesome live. I've seen them live with Diamond Head. You were at that show at the Boiler Room, and they killed it, man. It was outstanding. Those dudes make a lot of noise for
that was a Mothership, Steel Bearing Hand, Diamond Headed Raven. It ripped. That was a ripping show.
It was awesome. Here's one for you.
Hey, that little old band from Texas.
Now, you can flip a coin on which is better, ZZ Top or King's X, as far as power trios from Texas. But dude, this band, and this is one of their later albums. This is way after their heyday of MTV and videos, but do not turn a blind eye toward their last few records because they're
good. They're really good.
Yeah, and they went back to a raw, more dirty sound, which is
they got rid of the clean studio production, and they went to a more bluesy, groove-based sound, and definitely a heavier production.
Yes, and
that's what they are.
Yeah, and Carcass turned me on to excuse me, I'm dying here. Carcass turned me on to their later stuff, and I went down to Josie and found a couple, and I went over to Born Late and found a couple. But this is my favorite of their later ones, and I still need to get a couple of there's one of the last 2 that I just can't find.
Do you have Antenna?
What's it?
Antenna? It's got a black and white cover.
It's lost something. You told me about it. I can't come up with it.
I'm gonna disappear off screen for 2 seconds and grab another one.
Cool, yeah. So here's another one that I saw live and couldn't believe what a powerhouse they were. I only knew 2 songs. See if these guys are on your list. Only knew 2 songs. They played at the Guitar Sanctuary in McKinney. I loved every second of it.
Zebra. Yes.
Yep. Holy cow. The singing, the playing, It was amazing. The meet and greet, they were super nice guys, but they completely did this justice. Absolutely nailed it live. Randy Jackson still got killer pipes. And so this is one that I think people don't think of sometimes, but this was one of the ones that came to the top of my mind immediately as Zebra as far as power trios.
Yeah.
You got a couple hits on that album. Who's Behind the Door? And what was the other one?
Tell Me What You Want.
Tell Me What You Want. That was the other one. Yep.
Yeah.
Hey, and Scott's battle jacket there tipped me off to Anvil.
Yep.
And they're still they're still doing stuff.
Yeah.
In fact,
they started off as a 4-piece though.
They started off, but then they went to the new, I guess, the 3-piece lineup. But
yeah, for the last 10 years.
I just rewatched that documentary, and man, the Scorpions were opening for Anvil at one point in time. I'm thinking, how great, how far the great have fallen. Good grief!
I've never seen Anvil.
I have.
Oh,
they were
man.
awesome. They were.
I mean, David Letterman even, and they were freaking awesome. Anyway,
you got to put up with some silliness with them because that's their stick. You know, they're silly.
I mean, their name, the guitarist's name Lips. Okay, you're gonna, that's silly.
Yeah,
they rock big time.
So they were good live.
Yes, an emphatic yes.
They're awesome live, fantastic live.
Oh, that's killer.
Lips is still he's hugely inspired by Ted Nugent. Not only in his guitar playing, he's always played the hollow body guitar. Where did you get that from? Ted Nugent. He's got that same caveman on stage attitude when he's on stage.
Yep.
Okay, gotcha. Cool. I've never seen them. I've only had a couple of their albums. I knew them from comps like back in the day when I was just learning about metal. And they're one of those metal bands that didn't really stick with me, but the documentary was outstanding. I loved it.
The book was better.
Oh, yeah?
Way better. The
Oh,
documentary
man,
was such a
okay.
small period of time. The book gave a more wider scope, and you got to hear why they were so popular and what was going on at the time, and why they kind of fell off the map and that kind of thing.
I believe we've overlooked a Canadian thrash trio, have we not?
You've overlooked several bands.
We've overlooked a whole bunch, but go ahead.
Exciter?
Hit us.
Exciter.
Oh, man.
Oh gosh.
There's a great one.
I did overlook Exciter. I'm going to write that down because I'm
Yes, I got one that the Carcass didn't think of. Now, here's one that's going to go a little bit off of the heavy metal map to more of a hard rock kind of thing. But I absolutely love this album, and I will travel hours to see this band if they ever come close. And that's Danko Jones. I love it. I love the riffs. I love the hook and the melody. This is their best album, in my opinion. Wildcat is also good, and I don't have their latest one yet. But Danko Jones, man, I got turned on to this by Don Jameson on that metal show, and I checked him out, and I am so glad that I did. I definitely will be seeing these guys sometime.
I've got a couple of CDs and even a tour shirt. They kind of don't they have like kind of a punk edge from what I remember? I haven't listened to them in a long time, but
yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, there's a little bit. It's kind of an edgy. I don't want to say pop punk because that gives you the wrong idea. It's definitely rock and roll, but maybe with a dash of Ramones, kind of.
That's exactly what I was going to say. A little bit of Ramones.
Yeah, catchy, hooky, but yeah. Who's next, boys?
I don't know. You want me to? I wrote down some more modern power trios.
Do it.
I mean, Yob. I don't know if you ever seen them. They're just like an ethereal power doom, whatever. Radio Moscow, Killer, 3-piece rock and roll. A band from Moscow called the Restoned, 3-piece power trio, and they're more in the tradition of. They're like a Bridge of Sighs Robin Trower, but it's all instrumental. It's so killer. Mothership, our local heroes here. Woe Fat is another one. Cloudcatcher from Denver. Just a powerhouse of heavy metal, doomy riffs. Heck, our boys Turbid North turned into a power trio. Near the end. They were a traditional 5-piece death metal band, and they became a crazy power trio. Earthless is another one. Elder is another one. But I've got one for you. How about Vardis, new wave of British heavy metal band? They were powerful, riffing, thrashing. But I've got one for you. Thin Lizzy started off as a power trio. Boom! And they were a trio up until Bad Reputation.
There they are.
Yep. There you go.
Look at that.
So I couldn't even stump the chump. Well, I stumped you, Metal Rob.
Oh, you guys have stumped me the whole show.
No, I knew I was. But I mean, there's been a whole other ELP, Emerson, Lake and Palmer, Triumvirate from Germany. How about Motorhead, boys and girls? Do we consider them a power trio? Oh,
the poser's calling.
Yeah, he's not watching the show, dumbass. Anyway,
oh my gosh,
Motorhead, dude, come on.
Oh no,
I bet Scott's got this one on his desk too. Forced Entry from Seattle, Washington.
Yep, that's the other one. I don't have it sitting here, but yep.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Now there was a Forced Entry from here in Dallas too, but they were a traditional heavy metal band. But
all right. Oh, sorry.
No, I was gonna say I love Forced Entry from Seattle. Those guys were bad. And you talk about overtones and making the most out of little equipment. I mean, those guys had it going on. I love that band.
All right, I'm going super obscure, and then I'm going to ask Scott a trivia question that kind of has to do with the trio, kind of not. You'll see where I'm headed. All right, Scott, you remember this? Fourth Estate.
Yep, I do.
I think they were out of Fort Collins, Colorado. I saw Fourth Estate in concert in Fort Collins featuring Dave Beagle on guitar. If you're a guitar nerd, check out Dave Beagle. He invented that guitar that tunes itself. You're playing along, push a button, and it tunes it to a different octave or whatever. I don't know anything about all that, but it was a self-tuning guitar that he invented. And he's been on lots of projects over the years. But this I found when I was living out in Cheyenne, Wyoming. And lo and behold, they were right down the road, and I was able to see them, and they absolutely dominated live. It is a crime against humanity that I didn't take a single picture. Or you get to meet them. They were super nice. And I would just kill for live video of those guys playing back then. But there's just nothing to be found that I've seen. Now, here's the trivia question. Scott, you and I have known about this metal band for a long time. And around 1990 or so, they started the tour as a 4-piece, but they finished the tour as a 3-piece under duress. Do you know who I'm talking about? The guitar player finished the shows and sang and did an outstanding job. And there's video out there. Who is it?
Striper.
Yep. Oz Fox. When I don't know the story, but Michael left the band. They were on tour, Against the Law tour, I think.
Yep. It was Against the Law tour. Yep.
And instead of canceling the rest of the dates, and I don't know, maybe they did cancel some, but they definitely fulfilled some overseas tour dates. And Oz sang lead and still played lead guitar, obviously, which he and Michael both can do incredibly well. And it rules. And I have a bootleg video of a show that they did, and it's outstanding. If you can check that out on YouTube, check out Striper as a 3-piece because they dominated it.
You know what? That reminds me of I saw Havoc, and in fact, this was when Dave Sanchez was turning 21. It was his birthday. It was a show he playing on his birthday. It was the first show of the tour with Primal Fear. They were on the bus with Primal Fear. Houston was their first stop, and this is before Reese Scruggs joined the band, and for whatever reason, their other guitarist dropped off the bill. And I'm like, how are you going to pull this off? And dude, as a 3-piece, they pulled it off. They even did Rain in Blood by Slayer. And I think that Dave may not remember the whole evening because he turned 21 and he was 4 feet to the wind before it was all over. But he said he wasn't going to pass up the chance to play for a bunch of people with Primal Fear, and I wouldn't either. But I guess when you're good, you can pull it off, and they pulled it off in spades. It was really freaking
If you got a good guitar player and a good bass player, the bass player can change it up and high and pump that rhythm section up when there's leads and that kind of thing.
Right.
Yep.
I
got one that's on. I got a Nuclear Blast band that nobody's mentioned yet.
Oh, I know. Mortification.
Oh, yep. Dude. Yeah. That's serious. That's serious. That's serious Christian music right there.
That is. That's awesome.
I don't know.
I didn't even think about Mortification. I've seen those guys a few times.
Yeah, I've seen them a bunch of times too.
Yeah, and they kill it.
Steve Rowe, man, that guy's gone through hell and back, and it's amazing. He's the longest living survivor of that. What does he have? What was the disease he had?
I can't remember now. Up with it.
Lymphatic leukemia. That's what he has. He got lymphatic leukemia in 1996, and he's still alive today.
Yep.
That's amazing.
Yeah, I got to meet him a couple times. Heck of a nice guy.
Oh yeah.
I haven't worked on any of their stuff for Soundmass, but yeah, I saw them in Cheyenne, saw them in Denver, and I saw them once here in Texas. And I never saw them early in the career. I saw them around mid-90s a few times.
Yeah.
So I didn't see the early stuff, and I didn't see the later stuff. I saw them right in the middle, where they were kind of making that.
95 was my first time.
Transition from the death metal to more, I don't know. I don't even know what you'd call it. Just more traditional style heavy metal. But Yeah, they were good. And Lincoln Bowen on guitar. Holy cow, man. That dude was awesome.
Yep.
They taught me that a flashlight is called a torch. Keith kept asking me to hand him the torch.
Down in
what are you
Kiwi
talking
Land
about?
it
Are we in a cave?
Yeah.
Hand me that torch. Hand me the torch. I need the torch.
Mm-hmm.
What?
Well, hey, how about if I shout out the local Fort Worth Death Metalers Interment? They were a 3-piece and always were from 90 on until they retired basically this year. So, I mean, they were around 30 years. And they never wanted to add another musician. It was always Eric Ramirez and away we go, you know, and you know, they changed out drummers a couple of times.
Right.
But man.
You know Scott went off camera because he's about to drop a nuclear 3-piece on us.
Oh yeah, he's going to. I'm trying to see what his jacket says so I can look smart again. Anvil. No, I already said that.
Oh, that's a.
I wanted to grab 2, but I only grabbed 1 so far.
He's gonna. Oh yeah, from New York City. Man, those dudes are bad. I love that record.
There you are, 3-piece Wargasm.
Man, have you ever heard that? Hair Metal Rob?
AOR Rob.
Yeah.
Just straightforward thrash metal.
Yeah, that's really a good one. It's kind of it has some melody like some of the Overkill stuff, but it's still brutal.
Yeah, it's got every once in a while it's got a kind of a groove to it, but yeah, for the most part it's just straight up thrash speed metal.
Kind of like Whiplash. Kind of like a Whiplash.
Exactly.
They were a 3-piece.
They were a 3-piece too. Well, they were a 4-piece too, but they started as a 3-piece. Yep.
Man, you guys know too much.
I'm old. I don't know how old Scott is, but I'm really old. So my knowledge is by pure experience.
I believe I'm the youngest of the group at 50.
53.
Not even close, boys.
So much metal knowledge right here. I don't know how we get to the metal detectors at the airport.
I think so.
How about from Canada?
Slaughter.
Gatto. You guys heard of them? Gatto. Gatto. Yep. Greg Gotovich and his power trio.
Never heard of it.
How about Overthrow? They were a 3-piece with Tony Choi.
That's what I was looking for. Is trying to grab a Gotovich album, but it was taking too long.
You couldn't find it in a massive room of metal.
They were really, I guess they weren't really popular in the States, but they were huge in Canada, and they're still around. There's Greg Gotovich is still out there doing things.
Gatto,
okay. G-O-D-D-O. Yep, they're.
I've never heard of that one either.
Hard rock, a bit sleazy for the '70s, but to me they're kind of, if you like that sleaze metal, like Dangerous Toys and that kind of stuff, they kind of had that vibe, but it was more of a '70s thing, and it wasn't that '80s pop metal sound.
Cool, right on. I will definitely. I've got some notes. See, I'm still on my AOR freak out from this week that I posted on Facebook, and I got about 500 suggestions of AOR bands to check out because I went on a female fronted metal band trip, then I went on a power metal trip, and then I went on an AOR trip, and now here we are back to power trios and bands I've never heard of. Oh man, yeah, Absu. That's another good one. From right here in Dallas, Texas.
Right, that's right. Plano area.
Absu. They rule.
Yep.
Man, I'm out of stuff, boys.
I'm out of stuff. Well, I'm out of stuff, but I know Scott's not. He'll walk off screen again and come back with some power bombs.
Actually, I got another one sitting right here. I didn't. This one, I can't believe you didn't think of this one.
I didn't know that.
No,
we just worked on it.
I did, but I didn't know they were a 3-piece.
Yeah, I didn't think of that one either.
I didn't see a picture of them.
Yep.
Okay.
Now talk about that. Now this band is definitely inspired by the likes of Alice in Chains and King's X.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, for sure. Good album too. Love War, Soak Your Brain, coming out soon on
Retroactive, right?
Retroactive,
no,
yeah.
Girder. No, it's Girder Records.
Girder Music. Yeah. We better get that right.
I honestly, I never would have thought of that one if I hadn't just been working on it.
No, and I'm sitting here looking. I'm looking at the shelf to see if there's anything left, but I think we hit most of the high spots. But man, you ruined the show by coming up with the best one first.
Jimi Hendrix.
Oh, you ruined the whole show. We can never come back on the air.
Like I said, it was on the list. There you go. I had it circled.
Nice.
Yep.
Well, kids, there's a lot of homework for you to do on your power trios. We have gone from ZZ Top with Texas Blues to Absu to Hendrix to all over the map, death metal. So if you're a power trio freak and you need some homework to do, a rabbit hole to run down, that should give you plenty.
Was Blind Faith a power trio?
Who's that?
Blind Faith?
I don't know.
You know what? Yes, they were.
I think it was.
Yep. So was Intestinal Disgorge, but I didn't discuss them.
Did we just mention Blind Faith and what back to back?
Intestinal Disgorge. Thanks, Sound of White Noise.
Well, it shows the diversity of our show from.
Sorry for my painted
from
finger.
Blind Faith to
I'm
Intestinal
on TV
Disgorge.
with paint on my hands. I was refurbishing some furniture. Anyway,
Awesome.
Harris.
Thank you, Richie.
Oh,
It is
Richie.
always good to hear from you, brother.
You wearing that
Cool.
bright yellow shirt again?
Oh, I guarantee you.
That
You can
safety
pick that dude out of
PPE
the
shirt.
4,000 capacity crowd. I got nothing else, boys. That was Power Trios for episode number 66. You guys got anything to wrap it up with?
I'm gonna go drop Pat Travers. You know, the original Pat Travers band was a 3-piece, and I think I'm gonna go listen to Crash and Burn or something. Although that was when he was a 4-piece, but I don't know. Maybe Robin Trower, the Restoned.
Heat in the
gonna
Street.
put this on.
Heat in the Street's my favorite.
Oh yeah, that's a good one. Even Black Pearl.
Yeah,
that guy never
was
put
a
out
great
a bad
album.
record. He never put out a bad record.
Nope.
Anyway, some of those guys are just that good.
All right, boys. You know how we do it. Until next time, which will be episode 67, metal
Will
will prevail.
prevail.